What's up YouTube, it's Elijah One Dream and we're back again with another NBA 2K24 New Gen Center build video. And in today's video, we are bringing you the exact Victor Wembanyama build in NBA 2K24. Now Victor actually did just win the Rookie of the Year award. I was hoping he was going to win the Defensive Player of the Year award as well. He technically did have a little bit better stats than Rudy Gobert, but honestly this is probably going to be Rudy Gobert's last season winning it, and then Victor's probably gonna win it for a few years in a row here, especially if he can stay healthy. Just his length and his frame and the amount that he can alter shots with his 8-foot wingspan is absolutely insane, and you will get that exact same effect with this build here. This build is a 7'3" minimum weight max wingspan build, very true to Wemby. To me, it's not a Wemby build unless you have his signature frame. You'll see a lot of 7'1" and 7'2" Wembanyama builds out on YouTube, and a lot of them have short arms to make make up for the 3-point shooting and mid-range shots to get some better badges. I do understand it. You can also get some more ball handling and speed with the ball as well. But everything that you guys just seen in that intro mixtape, I got max wingspan, a 73 3 ball, and like a 78 mid-range. And I can pretty much do exactly what these guys are doing. And the amount of center builds that I load up against with these high shooting ratings, like an 85 3 ball, and they're still only shooting like 30%. But with this build, I was actually shooting nearly 60% from 3 with a 73 3 ball. So you don't really need all those. And again, to make it a true authentic Wemby build, gotta have that max wingspan. And of course, Wemby has a very thin frame, so he's not going to have that strength. It would have been nice to get strength on this build. Definitely does help out this year, but you can absolutely make it work. I have been going crazy with this build. You just got to get used to the speed and the strength, and once you do, you can start doing some crazy stuff with this. The mid-range fades are really nice. Of course, the dunking clips, even though we only get a 78 driving dunk, but a lot of those clips are in takeover, so you need to make sure that your mamba mentality or finishing takeover to do those dunks. But enough of me talking. I gotta get into this build video. I just been absolutely loving this build. It's been a ton of fun. So like I said, 7'3", you want to drop the weight all the way down to 230 pounds, and of course you want to max out the wingspan at 8'1". You want that 8'1" wingspan, just like Wemby's got that 8-foot wingspan, 230 pounds. That way we can get that 75 vertical to go with our 92 standing dunks, so we can get elite big man contact dunks underneath the rim. But again, to me, it's not Wemby if you're not 7'3" in that max wingspan. The only other person I've seen post a Wembanyama build at 7'3", 8'1", 230 pounds like this is DevCon. So shout out to DevCon. Make sure you guys go and check out his build video. It is very fire as well. But shout out to all the other Wemby builds as well too. Nothing wrong with them. Just to me, to be a true Wemby build, you gotta be 7'3", 8'1" wingspan, and of course gotta have that small frame. So here is how we made this build. Now, a lot of my other center builds, I do not put close shot on it, but Wemby being as huge as he is, I kind of wanted to put on Hall of Fame Masher onto his build, and having a 94 close shot will allow you to score post hooks as well, which can be extremely cheesy at 7'3". So it does add another very lethal weapon to your offensive arsenal to allow you to score. But look what badges the 94 close shot also does give you. It also gives you Gold Fearless Finisher, and we also get Hall of Fame Pro Touch through this. Now, as you see here, we only have a 70 driving layup, and there's no way that you can get Fearless Finisher on Gold or Hall of Fame Pro Touch. You both need 80 plus driving layup for those. So that 94 close shot is going to allow us to get Hall of Fame Pro Touch and Gold Fearless Finisher. So especially once you're in finishing takeover or mamba mentality, plus 10 to these attributes, you can start going absolutely crazy. And with that crazy long wingspan, you can finish some pretty crazy layups as well. It also does give us Gold Whistle. Now we only have a 59 free throw. I wish I could have increased it a little bit more, but as you see, we had to put the badge points elsewhere. But again, you still get some nice little badges here. Gold Spin Cycle, which is going to be nice. Silver Flow Game, Silver Scooper, Gold Two-Step, which is also nice. Silver Bunny, only Bronze Slithery Finisher, but still, you can absolutely make this work. And of course, with your driving layups, Hall of Fame Masher can also kick in if somebody is 7 feet or shorter. But man, a 78 driving dunk, and you guys seen the dunks that I was getting with this build. Once you're in finishing takeover or mamba mentality, it is absolutely insane. It'll be an 88 driving dunk in takeover, unless you use the juice perk. I believe it would be about a plus 15 boost, so you could get up to like a 93 driving dunk. But man, if you use the dunk meter, sometimes you can get these absolutely crazy dunk animations. Some of the putbacks have been crazy as well too. And of course, we do have the 90 standing dunk. So we didn't actually go with a 92 standing dunk this time because the 94 close shot already gives us Gold Fast Twitch. And the way it works out, it makes more sense. So there's no reason for us to go up to a 92, and we needed that 90 standing dunk in order to get elite big man contact dunks. And we also get Gold Fast Twitch, Gold Rise Up, Aerial Wizard, and Precision Dunker. So again, you get underneath the rim, use that dunk meter, you can start dunking on people like crazy, of course, as you've seen in the earlier mixtape. And I actually did put a little bit of post control on this build. So we do get a 65 post control. You pretty much get all the bronze post badges, but we do get Silver Hook Specialist to go with that 94 close shot, and Silver Post Fade Phenom to go with that 78 mid range. So you can hit some nasty post fadeaways or post top shots, whatever you prefer. You're gonna get this badge on silver, and of course you get some other shooting badges to go along with that. And again, at 7'3", you can create a lot of space with post top shots and post fades. So again, this is super nice. And in takeover, plus 10 to this, or with the juice perk, you could get up to an 80 post control. And of course, I wanted to max out the mid range to a 78 so I can get the best jump shots that I can, but it does give you silver catch and shoot, bronze Deadeye, blinders, silver green machine, post fade phenom, bronze dream shake, silver guard up, and especially at 7'3", this badge can be especially nasty with post hop shots and post fades. Silver open looks and gold whistle. And of course a 73 3 ball, but you still got your silver catch and shoot, your silver claymore, bronze corner specialist, so you can especially spot up out the corner, get those hot zones, get the lethal zones in the corners, and try and shoot as many corner threes as you can. That's really been the key for me. I've been shooting almost 60% from 3 with a 73 3 ball and a 78 mid-range. And even then, you still get silver midi magician, so you can shoot some nasty pull-up mid-ranges, fadeaways, whatever it might be. And again, in sharpshooting takeover, an 88 mid, so you can really be a shot creator from mid-range. And of course, especially in takeover, once again with that 73 3 ball, it could be up to an 83 or an 88 with the juice perk. You can start hitting some crazy step backs, even though you don't have agent 3s or space creator, anything like that. That would have been super nasty to have. Those 6'11s go crazy with them. But again, just take good open shots and you can start getting your hot zones, get the lethal zones out of the corner, and then you can start sparking from anywhere. You can start cooking up, hitting some nasty step backs out of the corner, all kinds of fun stuff. And I was only able to put a 59 free throw on this build for all of the other ratings that I wanted. But again, it is knockdownable. You'll miss here and there. I do use the underhand free throw, but again, I had to sacrifice something, of course, and I did sacrifice the free throw. But again, you can take this into the park. You just got to get used to the speed. It can be tough at times if you do go up against like a 6'8", 6'7" that does know how to dribble and blow by you. It can be tough for sure. Now, this is what I really love about this Wemby build. Not many other people put pass accuracy on their Wemby build, and at the end of Wemby's rookie season, his passing was really coming along. He was almost getting triple doubles with assists. And again, passing is always nice to have. It's not like Wemby isn't a passer at all. I think he maybe averaged 3 or 4 assists this year, but especially if you were watching his rookie season at the end of the year, his passing was really starting to come along. But we do get that gold break starter. We needed 92 for Hall of Fame break starter, but I decided to sacrifice Hall of Fame break starter just so we could at least get gold needle threader. I absolutely love needle threader, amazing badge, but we still do get our gold touch passer and our relay passer, Hall of Fame special delivery, gold dimer, and of course, like I said, gold break starter. And we do have a 92 defensive rebound, 7'3", 8'1", coming down with lots of those rebounds. Old X or A, it'll chuck that ball down the court and you can get some nice easy assists. And of course, ball handle is tied in with pass accuracy, so we went up to a 91, so you automatically go to a 49. And I wanted to put a 40 speed with ball in order to get those normal dribble moves. So if you are used to dribbling on the normal dribble moves, you can start cooking up with this build and going crazy as well. Only a 74 interior defense. I would have liked to gone up to an 82, but again, I had to sacrifice a little bit of this, but I really wanted to get bronze post lockdown because we only have a 72 strength. So if you do face up against like a 99 strength post scorer that has Hall of Fame drop stepper, it might be tough to stop them at times. But you do have silver anchor, an 8'1" wingspan, and an 87 block rating that you can cause some problems, but there will be some bad matchups for this build as well. But again, in takeover, 84 interior defense, or you can get up to an 89 with the juice perk. We do also get silver workhorse and silver anchor to go with this as well. Again, I would have liked to gone up to an 82 interior defense, get that gold workhorse and silver post lockdown. But again, Wembanyama, first year in the league, some of the stronger centers that he faced against could push him around and all that kind of stuff. So again, being pretty true to Wemby here, only bronze post lockdown, but you can still definitely hold down the paint. And a 59 perimeter defense, I had an extra point left over, so I decided to put it on perimeter defense. Again, I love perimeter defense on center builds, especially if you're going to play random rec or a man-to-man type of defense. If you get switched on to a guard, you want to give yourself a little bit of a chance. And I have noticed that with low perimeter defense, sometimes you jump at contests or put your hands up and they get a yellow contest, but they can green it. So this will help you get better contests on the perimeter and just cause way more problems. I honestly would rather have perimeter defense than steal. You only can get up to a 60 steal on this build anyway, and bronze interceptor doesn't really make a huge difference from even not having a steal. So I decided to go with perimeter defense, and I absolutely love the off-ball pest badge. Even if you're cutting to the rim or on the three-point line, just getting those nice bump animations can really slow down the opponent and really cause them to not get a clean cut to the hoop or whatever it might be. And just, it's really nice to have on defense. If you guys have this badge, you know what I'm talking about. Now, this is where I wish I could have got a 92 block for gold anchor, but again, I had to sacrifice something, so I had to go down to an 87 block. Again, this is the only thing that I really wish I could have changed, is having a 92 block on Victor Wembanyama, because of course that dude averaged what, like 3 or 4 blocks per game this year. But still, 87 block with silver anchor, bronze chase down, and gold pogo stick will still get the job done, no problem. You guys seen the blocks that I was getting in the earlier mixtape, nasty snatch and swap blocks. Again, Victor definitely deserves a 92 block rating, but to get the other ratings that I wanted, I had to put it it down to an 87. Only a 57 offensive rebound. That does get us bronze post playmaker. It's not like you can't get offensive rebounds with this, but what I've noticed with 7'3" with the 55 speed, we're really slow, and especially if you're going to play on the perimeter like this, like a Wemby build, it's hard to crash in and get offensive rebounds because you're so slow. It takes you forever to get there. Once you do, you can definitely get them, and you can still get them with this build, especially in defense takeover or mamba mentality. And of course, you guys have seen the putbacks in the mixtape as well too. Even if you don't have an offensive rebound, all you need is a driving dunk or the alley-oop packages to get putback dunks. But again, had to sacrifice something. This is more of a perimeter build. It's going to be a little bit harder to get offensive rebounds with the 7'3" that doesn't have much speed. So we went with the 57 offensive rebound, and that matches our 92 defensive rebounds, so we can get silver box out beast, gold rebound chaser, and gold pogo stick. So again, with the lower strength and only having silver box out beast, sometimes you will phase against 90 plus strength, 99 rebounding builds with Hall of Fame box out beast, Hall of Fame rebound chaser. Those can be tough to play against at times, but make sure you get position. What I find is to get position, and then you can kind of let go of L2, and it doesn't really allow them to swim you, but it still lets you keep your position. It's really weird, but still, get position, box out, and then let go of L2, especially if they have Hall of Fame box out beast so they can swim you. It's weird. It doesn't really allow them to swim you as cleanly, and then you can press triangle or Y, go up for the rebound, and hold X or A immediately after, chuck that ball down the court, and get some nice, easy, fast break outlet assists. So again, 7'3"s, the most speed that you can get is 55. I'm very curious what's going to happen next year with 7'3"s because Victor Wembanyama is going to be so popular. So I wonder if we'll get some more speed next year, or if they'll be a little bit more usable to some people. Now, to me, 7'3"s have been very usable this year. Pretty much all the 7'3"s that I've made throughout this year, I have been able to get them to a purple plate. You just have to get used to the speed and the strength, especially if you have lower strength. But again, the speed can be frustrating at times getting back on defense. If you are facing a 6'7" or a 6'8", they can be extremely tough to play against. They can beat you down the court if they start leaking out on you. Get some nice, easy, fast break points. But once you get a feel for that speed and how you can move around and adapt to it, you can really make this build work. And again, not many people make 7'3", so you're facing against usually 7 foot and unders, so you can really dominate. You have that long wingspan, you still got all your nice defensive ratings, and that size is a problem. You are towering over these 6'7s and 6'8s, and you can cover a ton of court with the length that you have with this build. So it is very intimidating to go up against. Now, I love 45 acceleration to get our spot finder. Again, if you use RT or R2 and tap it when you're on the half court offense, you get these nice speed bursts to the rack, around the 3-point line, whatever it might be. And especially with only having a 55 speed, if you keep tapping RT and R2, running around the half fence whenever you're making a cut or whatever it might be, it'll really help you get that nice speed burst to the rack. And again, you can cut in, fake cut in, and cut back out to the 3 and tap the right trigger or R2. Give you a nice speed boost out to the corner 3, and if your teammate has high pass accuracy, you'll get a nice crisp clean pass, creates a ton of space from your defender, and you can pop a wide open corner 3. Again, I wish I could have got more strength on this build. Strength is very useful this year, but of course Victor Wembanyama is a skinny dude. He has a skinny frame, so this is definitely Victor Wembanyama light. So the 72 strength can be tough at times. Some bad matchups are the 6'7", 6'8" with high perimeter defense and high strength. They can really start bumping into you when you have the ball in the half court offense. It can be frustrating at times, but this is still very usable. Once you get physical takeovers or mamba mentality, if you want to wait for it, you still get some nice badges. Brick wall, I've actually knocked down people with bronze brick wall, which is kind of crazy. It doesn't happen often, but it has happened. We still get post lockdown, back down punisher, and we still get bronze immovable enforcer at least. So again, a bit of an adjustment, especially if you're used to playing with builds with strength. You'll definitely feel the difference when somebody's guarding you that has high strength and high perimeter defense. But again, you guys seen all the clips that I've been able to do with this, and I have about 2 hours of clips of this build, over 500 clips, 2 hours of footage. I'm probably just going to drop and allow you guys to see how this build moves. 75 vertical, we needed to match that with our 90 standing dunk, but it also does get us gold pogo stick, which is really nice on defense. We do get bronze posterizer, chase down artist, gold aerial wizard, and gold rise up. And again, Victor Wembanyama is pretty athletic for his frame, being 7'4", having that crazy wingspan. He can definitely get up there, get some nice dunks, block some shots, but of course we wanted to get elite big man contact dunks. And lastly, a 92 stamina so we can get our silver workhorse badge, and this helps us get some more 50-50 balls and rebounds, especially with that long wingspan. And if you are up against a 99 offensive rebound type of build, you can tip the ball up and hopefully tip it to yourself, grab the board, and chuck it down the court for some easy outlet assists. So there we have it, my 7'3" replica of Victor Wembanyama. Pretty close to what I believe his actual build is like. Again, I would have liked to have a 92 block on him. Other than that, I think everything's pretty accurate. Even a little bit more perimeter defense would have been nice. He can actually stay in front of ball handlers really well. But again, you got his finishing, you got the shooting, you got the passing, you got some defense, you got the physicals. Again, I would have liked a little bit more speed, but that's the most speed you can get on a 7'3". Man, this build has been so fun to play on. It is an absolute problem, and having the option to shoot post hooks is extremely cheesy. You can bail you out of a ton of situations. It's super easy to time and green, and again, you can start pump faking them, doing up and unders with them. You got gold whistle, you can get to the line and knock them down. This build has been a ton of fun. Definitely one of my favorite builds that I've made so far this year, and I'm definitely going to be using it a ton forward, and I've got lots of gameplays to drop for you guys with this build. So now we can go ahead and click continue, and we are going to get shades of Derek Lively II, Kristaps Porzingis, and Joel Embiid. Now this actually did change from when I originally made this build. I made this build back at the end of March roughly, and I can't exactly remember who the comparisons were at that time, but Derek Lively II was definitely not on there. That's the very first time I've seen a Derek Lively II comparison. I'm assuming it's probably out of this new patch that dropped on Monday. They added a few more shades of players, which is kind of cool. But again, we get Kristaps and Joel, two very solid centers. We didn't get a Wemby comparison, unfortunately, but you guys know this build plays exactly like Wemby and looks exactly like Wembanyama, and it does come out to an inside the arc maestro. And next up, we will get into the animations for this build and then a rec center gameplay. So for my jump shot, we will get into that after. I am a starter 3, so I do have the underhand free throw animation. I find this fairly easy to time actually, and you can hit a lot of them even if you have a lower free throw rating. It says my layup style is default big. Normally I have it on Zion Williamson. I'm not sure exactly why that's changed, but I would definitely go with Zion Williamson. I'm not sure when or why that got changed, but regardless, I would use Zion Williamson layup package since you can get it. You only have two options, this one or the default big package. Dunk styles, we'll get into that after as well. My dribble pull-up is Kevin Durant, which is also a starter 3 animation. Spin jumper's on normal. Hop jumper is Kevin Durant. My post fade is Pro 2. Post hook, Joel Embiid. Post op shot, Kobe Bryant. And my motion style that I've been using is Pascal Siakam. I haven't really played around with much motion styles. I don't really know if I can feel a difference on much of them, especially on a 7'3", but if you guys have any motion styles that you really find makes a difference, comment down below and let me know what we should use. My pass style is Domantas Sabonis. I like his full court outlet passes. I find them really crisp and clean, and I'm just a massive fan of Sabonis as well. But if you want to throw on whatever pass style you want, if you want to throw on Halliburton, whatever it is, you can definitely do that. And then for my dribbling animations, they're pretty much all on normal as you can see here. And then we got the triple threat style as Michael Jordan, which is also a starter 3 animation. So my jump shot for this build is one that I have on my 7'3" two-way diming mid-range threat. It is the Jonathan Isaac base. You guys already knew this if you're a returning subscriber. I've been using this build on every single build of mine. I love this base. I've just been getting used to it. What I like to do is find a jump shot or a base that I like and then try and really master it for the whole year. That way you can shoot the most consistent. And of course, upper release 1 is Marc Gasol and release 2 is Tim Duncan. I really like Tim Duncan's release. It gives you a nice release height, and which in turn will give you some defensive immunity. But we only have that 78 mid-range shot, so we had to use Marc Gasol, who does speed up the jump shot a little bit. And the blending that I had to go with was 47% Marc Gasol, 53% Tim Duncan, and I took the speed down 1 notch so we could get a C- timing stability since we have a lower rating for our shooting. I believe, in my mind, what that timing stability does, if you have a lower 3 ball, you definitely want to have a higher timing stability, but if you got like a 99 3 ball, your timing stability probably doesn't need to be great. But if we put the release speed on to 100%, then the timing stability goes down to the D+. So by putting it down 1 notch, we do get a little bit more timing stability, but we do get an A release height, A- release speed, and a C defensive immunity. So if somebody has a late closeout, you can still knock down those yellow percent contests, and especially in sharp shooting takeover. But again, if you use a different base, something that you're used to, and you can get it and mix it with whatever releases you want, absolutely use it. Use whatever you're most comfortable with and what has been working for you. And for our dunk style, we pretty much put on everything that we can get. We got our rim grazers, we got our hangs. Avoid back scratchers, they are very easy to block. Got our windmills that we can put on, our basics, our reverses, tomahawks. Absolutely love tomahawk dunks, double clutches, athletics. Unfortunately, no driving contact dunks, but again, still some nice dunk packages in here. Rim grazers, hangs, got our basics. Quick drops would have been really nice, but you can only get a 79 driving dunk on a 7'3". Got our reverses, once again our tomahawks, our double clutches, and our athletics. And for our standing dunks, every single one that we can get, our regulars, our rim pulls, our athletics, and of course, absolutely 100% throw on those elite standing bigs and pro standing big contact dunks. And as you can see here, there is some driving contact dunks within these packages as well, as you can see right there. So once you get into that finishing takeover or mamba mentality, you can pull off some nasty driving contact dunks just like this. So even with that 78 driving dunk, the elite big man contact dunk package does come with some driving ones. You activate that finishing and mamba mentality, drive to the rack, somebody comes over with late help, you use the dunk meter, and you can yam all over them. And for our signature dunks, we do put Giannis Antetokounmpo, Daryl Dawkins. I absolutely love his dunk package, especially with a long wingspan like this. Some of the swing dunks that you can get standing underneath the rim are so glitchy and cheesy to see. It should pop up here in a second. They are extremely rare to get, but at 7'3" with that wingspan, it's a very Wemby-like dunk. Just that swinging, that huge 8-foot wingspan, it looks so glitchy. I wish I could activate it a bit more, but still, once you get it, it's really satisfying. Put on Karl Malone, Draymond Green, Dwight Howard, Shaquille O'Neal to get big underneath the rim, Ben Simmons, and Karl Anthony Towns. And then finally, our alley-oops. We do have our pro alley-oops, and we do get big contact alley-oop dunks. So again, I believe what you need in order to get driving putback dunks is an alley-oop dunk package. So we have our pros, and of course we got our big contacts. So you might even be able to catch a little tiny small body on a putback dunk, especially if you're in finishing or mamba mentality. So there we have it. I've showed you guys how to make the build. You got your animations, your jump shot, your dunk packages. All that we have left to do is to get in some rec center gameplay. All right, so here we've got a 34-point, 10 rebound, 7 assist, 1 steal, and 5 block gameplay on 15 of 18 shooting and 2 of 3 from downtown. And we are matched up against a 7'3" level threat. Now this is a nice thing about having Hall of Fame Masher on this build. You need a 3-inch height difference, and that's exactly what we have. And there are a ton of 7'0" centers, and this is exactly a perfect example of Hall of Fame Masher kicking in. It would kick in right there. You guys didn't see the clip long enough to see it pop up, but Hall of Fame Masher did pop up on that first post hook. And having this 94 close shot with silver post hook specialist and Hall of Fame pro touch is extremely cheesy. It gives you a nice easy scoring option in case you need a bailout or anything like that. And again, you leave this build wide open on the 3. Once you get your jump shots down, get your hot zones and everything, man, you can be shooting lights out. And if you go back to the start there, you can see I am shooting 60% from 3 with a 73 3 ball. So again, being authentic and true to Victor Wembanyama with his skinny frame, his long wingspan, it is really nasty. And again, the 78 driving dunk can be very deceiving. You can get up to a 79 driving dunk, but like I explained earlier, there's no point in going to 79. You might as well save those attributes and put them elsewhere. And again, sparking from deep anywhere on the court. And as you've seen in the earlier mixtape as well too, I did hit some pretty deep 3 balls with sharpshooting takeover. And again, the nice outlet assist from my teammate, getting the nice and easy dunk on the fast break. And again, that gets us the mamba mentality. And mamba mentality with this build is extremely nasty as well. I was even trying some juice perk out with it as well, just to see how it would go, but we're already at halftime with 14 points, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds. And of course, having Hall of Fame Masher, and you also get gold fearless finisher by increasing that, so that is going to help out with your 70 driving layup. And man, you can really be a nasty shot creator with this build. Again, only a 78 mid-range, but you do get that silver midi magician, and being 7'3" with that max wingspan, it is really hard for the opponents to get contests. And if you get unpredictable with it, you all of a sudden pull up for a mid-range, and then you can drive in for a layup or a dunk, whatever it may be, mix up your attack, or you can drive in, hit a quick post up, hit him with a quick post hook. It's just extremely glitchy. Again, right here, The 90 standing dunk with the elite big man contact dunk. So this gameplay right here, it has a little bit of everything. Shows off the post hooks, get nice little crazy putbacks right there. We get the standing contact dunks, we got the shot creating mid ranges, and what you also seen earlier in the mixtape as well, you can shoot some fading corner threes. I really wouldn't recommend that unless you're in sharpshooting or mamba mentality. It is a little bit harder to hit, but again, what I would highly recommend you guys do when you get your lethal zones, put them in the corners. Majority of your three balls on a build like this at 7'3" are going to come from the corner when you spot up. And once again, bang! Like, the shot creating abilities that you can actually do with this build are absolutely insane, being really Victor Wembanyama like. And again, right here, playing defense with the nasty 8'1" wingspan. You can get your hands on a ton of shots and alter a ton of shots with this build as well. And that's what I mean. Look at these crazy putbacks, man. That's an 80 driving layup. We also get Gold Wizard in takeover just like this. And oh my goodness, dunking on 3 of them. Like, you would not have guessed a 78 driving dunk. If I showed you these dunking clips, didn't tell you what ratings I had, there's no way that you would guess I had a 78 driving dunk. But once you get that mamba mentality or that finishing takeover, man, it is extremely cheesy. The dunks that you can get, and again, you leave this build wide open, I will make you pay. But again, I have been using Jonathan Isaac all year, and you just have to take good shots. And once again, once you get your hot zones and everything, it becomes a lot easier to shoot. And again, you can mix up your attack with the mid-range fades, the post hooks, whatever it may be. But this for sure has been one of my favorite builds to play on this year, just because it is so versatile. You got all of your defense, you got good rebounding, you can still pass the ball, you also get gold whistle, gold fearless finisher right there. You can still hit the free throws. They can be a little bit inconsistent at times because we don't really have a very good free throw rating, but we needed to sacrifice that in order to get these other ratings and be an absolute monster with it. But man, you can even take this build into the park. You've seen some theater gameplays. I actually ended up playing Puma Mania with this build as well too. It was extremely fun, and it gets super glitchy with it. But man, just the things that you can do with this build that you wouldn't expect is super fun. And again, get down low, you can abuse the dunk meter, the standing dunk meter, and get a crazy amount of greens. And once again, protecting the paint with that 8'1" wingspan, 87 block, and silver anchor to round out the gameplay with 34 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, and 5 blocks. Appreciate you guys tuning into the video. Make sure you drop a like if you enjoyed it. Hit that sub if you're new as well, and we'll catch you in the next one. Later.